adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
We welcome our Dan Harris to the set now to tell us the story of a Serra High School basketball player who deals with the constant struggle to stay healthy.
Thanks, guys. Matt Jajeh is a force on the Serra basketball team. Strong and fearless, the Padre big man is a huge reason for the team's success this year. But to play each game, Matt goes through what no other player must endure. This is Matt Jajeh, a thundering, powerful center for the Serra Padres. But behind the big, tough exterior lies a life-threatening blood disorder.
It's called hemophilia. There's different types of it, mild, severe. I have severe. And what it is basically a bleeding disorder, so your blood doesn't clot. And what that means is you have a lot of internal bleeding. And when you get cuts on your body, they don't stop until you get medicine.
Jajeh's hemophilia was discovered shortly after he was born following a routine medical procedure.
When they brought him back to me, I went to change his diaper, and the diaper was saturated in blood. That's usually what happens to most people when they find out that their child has hemophilia. I had no idea what hemophilia was. I honestly thought that Matthew was going to die.
I was really fortunate. Right around the time I was born is when they had the medicine. People with hemophilia had a lot of problems with their blood and AIDS because they were sharing blood to try and figure out what was wrong.
Fortunately for Matt, he would be able to live with this ailment, using extra caution with injuries and a regular infusion of medication.
I have to take a needle and stick that into my hand every day and then inject the liquid into my body. My medicine that I take clots my blood and brings my factor levels in my body back to 100%. So, my body functions just like anybody else's would.
Matt's parents wanted him to live a normal life and manage his disease on his own. He learned how to infuse himself at the age of 6.
I bought him a teddy bear, and I also let him use my veins. So Matthew had a teddy bear, and he would practice on a teddy bear. And we would put water into a syringe, and we'd attach it to a needle, and he would stick the needle into the teddy bear.
With his daily infusions, Matt could live the life of a normal growing boy. But when doctors told him he couldn't play contact sports, Jajeh found the game of basketball.
I think about 6th grade is really where I kind of picked up basketball, started playing AAU. I was a lot bigger than other kids, so back then, it was a lot of fun. And, I always stuck with it. It was always, a part of my life and just, really a good way for me to express myself.
Jajeh expresses himself in other ways, too. After an elbow to the head sent him to the hospital last year, Matt found solace in a Bible verse, now tattooed on his right arm.
It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Hearing that really kind of just made me feel at ease that everything was going to be okay because we didn't know what was going on, and so it was kind of a scary time.
Here this guy is in the hospital getting a CAT scan for a brain bleed for an injury that wouldn't even matter to anybody else. They would just put an ice pack on their head and be done with it. And I thought, you know what? If he wants to put a Bible verse on his arm, I have no problem with him doing that.
Now in his senior year, Matt's hemophilia is just part of life. Medicine is on hand in various places on campus and with team trainers at both home and away games.
For people to recognize, what you have and understand what you have is really nice. And everybody here at school, they know that I have it. They know what to do if I was to get hurt, which is also really nice.
But potential injury doesn't change the game Jajeh brings to the court.
You would just never know. He plays hard. He plays with reckless abandon. He's always hustling for loose balls and scrapping around, and quite simply, you just would never know.
And that toughness has helped guide the 6'5" senior center through a life with hemophilia, all the while injecting energy and enthusiasm into the game he loves. Matt doesn't think he's going to play basketball in college, but what I thought was really interesting about this piece was Matt having to learn how to inject himself at the age of 6. Very young to be sticking yourself with a needle, I think.
Yeah, and it's amazing where medicine has gone so that he can, take that medicine and he's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yeah.